No, no. Don't open your eyes. You probably have a horrid headache. Yeah. Do you remember what happened to you? I see. Well, I didn't quite see it, but all I saw was you on top of a rock, and then suddenly you fell. I had to pull you out of the water. You were dangerously close to Zora's domain, so those rocks were awfully slippery. That wasn't smart, but I understand. Exploration calls my name as well. My name? Well, just open your eyes. I know I told you to keep them shut, but, well, it would probably be easier to explain if they were open. Yeah, that's what I figured your reaction would be. Well, it's actually a myth that I can't talk. I can, but, well, everybody seems to think I can't, so if I do, that could give somebody a heart attack. No, I have plenty to say. But I suppose actions speak louder than words, and, well, yeah. Tell me, what are you doing this far into the forest? You were so close to Zora's domain that you could barely taste it. You shouldn't be that close. It's a dangerous path up ahead. Of course. I'm headed there as well. So you're lucky I found you. Are you going to be okay? Are you injured in any way? Let me see. Well, the good news is it doesn't look too bad. But if I were you, I'd be very careful with that. Well, I do have some food. Before I adventure, I always go to the cooking pot right outside my house. Where do I live? This little abandoned house that cost me about 3,000 rupees. Well, I got it on a good deal. That crazy guy wanted 30 bundles of wood as well. Still a good deal, though. But here, have some of this. It's nothing crazy, it's just a little simmered fruit, but it's better than nothing. Yes, my name is Link. It seems a lot of people seem to think that I was never going to wake up, but, well, what can I say? 100 years comes and goes. I was quite shocked when I woke up. Hyrule is in disarray. This is my homeworld, so to see it crawling with dangerous creatures, it hurts. Especially since all of my friends are either dead or just missing. But I can't think like that. I'm a hero after all. Hero. Well, not quite self-appointed, mind you. I'm the appointed knight of a princess. Princess... You know her name. No, I'm just surprised it's been so long since I've heard her name. Zelda. No. No, I don't quite remember, but I have bits and pieces. That's who I'm supposed to go rescue. But I'm not quite sure why. That's why I'm going to Zora's domain. To find out. I feel like I have a destiny there. Of course, I won't know until I get there. Perhaps it has something to do with those giant statues. Divine beasts? That's what they're called. What a strange name. They don't seem to be alive in any way. Well, I have seen stranger things, I think. I'm not too sure. My memory's so blurry. Those towers out of the ground, you say? Well, here, take a look at this. Yes, that's everyone's reaction when they see it. This, of course, is a Sheikah slate. To be honest, I've been carrying this thing around, and it's still complicated in what it can do. However, it does do a couple really interesting and useful things. Amazingly enough, it materializes these explosive bombs. It can keep things in place, lock them in time. It can form ice blocks out of water, even if it's moving. And it can control metal. Still, I don't exactly know what this thing's purpose is. Despite it being useful with a bunch of toys, I guess you could say. Well, it seems like when I climb these towers... Yes, I climb them. Well, I did say earlier, adventure called me. I'm just not quite sure in what direction yet. But it's okay. I'll figure that out as well. But anyway, when I get to the top of these towers, I place the Sheikah slate on top of this sort of console. And when I do that, well, it opens the area around me. It's quite an interesting thing, even if I don't know exactly what it does. Everything is still so blurry since I woke up. I'm still struggling to remember everything that isn't my name. Can you stand yet? That's okay. Don't worry. If anything comes near, I'll protect you. With what? Well, I found this club next to a campfire. I suppose it will do. Unless it breaks, like all the other ones I've found. Nothing. Don't worry. I'm sure I'm more than capable of keeping you safe. Tell me, what is your name? What an interesting name. You seem to be of my kind. No, I wouldn't figure you for a Zora. Zoras probably wouldn't fall off their own rocks. No offense. Well, unfortunately, I do have a journey to go on, so I can't stay much longer. I have a horse, so why don't you ride it back to town? No, don't worry. My horse can find me. My whistle is, well, I wouldn't call it quite magical per se, but he seems to always come running. Oh, before you go, take this. I don't know quite what it is, but for some reason, when I hold it, I feel nostalgic. I'm not quite sure for what, though. This is an ocarina. It calms me, but I have no use for it anymore. However, if I hear it, if you're in the wild and you play it, I will come running, and I will do whatever I can to help you. Just be safe. Here, let me help you on the horse. Come on, I'll carry you. Here we go. Okay, you're a little heavier than you look. No, I didn't mean that as an insult, of course. Okay. Okay. Alright. He'll take you back to town. Which way do you live again? Oh, okay. Alright. Now listen, you need to take them to the south. Come back to me when you're finished, okay? Okay. He'll take you now. Remember, play the ocarina if you need me. Oh, and, one last thing. Could you, not tell anyone I talk?